Devils Bobcats for the final time this regular season. Devils will start off with Smith, Lippert, Emerton, Wren, and Eric on the back end. Here we go. Puck drops. Wren over to Eric. Eric gets a red line, dumps it in. Play down below the goal line. Stripped by Lippert. Covered up. Ozone face-off. Puck's in the corner. Lippert goes to the point. Up to Wren, who sends it around. Picked up off the wall by Smith. Smith goes to the point up to Eric. Eric, shot from the point. Low shot. Directed in on that save. Off the draw, goes to the point to Eric. Eric shot in on net. Save, rebound, kick to the corner. Puck in the corner. Bobcats pull it out. They're going to come up the ice with it out of their own end. Bobcats get the line. Plays in offside. Change of bodies for the Devils. Jack, Riley, Nico, Logan. Back on D with Scarpool. Missing Caitlin today, so a little bit of change up on the lineup. Off the wall, gets in the zone. Puck goes deep. That'll be icing. Choppy start to the game here. D-zone draw, picked up by Stevens. Stevens goes up the wall to it to Jack off his stick. Puck's in the neutral zone. Turned over by the Bobcats. Picked up. Jack gets it to Hager. Hager loses that puck. Bobcats pick it up. They go up the wall with it. Plays along the wall. Puck comes out. Scarpool chases it. Back down into his own end. Goes over to Stevens. Stevens turns it over. Puck gets in. Bobcats in front of the net. Shot. Save. Whiffed on. Bobcats with a good opportunity there. Devils come out with numbers. 3-on-2 the other way. Over the line. Jack goes wide on his backhand. Centering pass broken up. Bobcats come out of their own end with it again. Up the ice. They get the line. Walk it in. Pull up. Shot to the net. Save. Picked up, shot down the ice. That's going to be icing. Draw. Devils out there with Wiki, Davidson. Hoppy's back on D, Brand, and Sam out there. Carried in by Hoppy. Hoppy cuts to the middle, kicks it to himself, but loses it. Over to Brand. Brand shot. That's blocked. Bobcats pick it up. In the neutral zone. Carried over the blue line. Carried in. Bobcats dump it around. Puck down into the corner. Picked up by Davidson. He swipes it out. Here comes Hawken. Hawken gets the blue line. He's got numbers again. Slides it across dot lane over to Davidson or to Brand. That shot is blocked. Wiki knocks a man down. Gets the puck. Backhands it down below the cage. Brand on it. Overskates it. Up the wall. Picked up by Brand. He's going to put it back down below. Ayer's on it. Ayer. Behind the cage. Puck comes up out of the zone. All the way down for an icing.
Go 2-3.
Smith, McCarthy, Iyer, Wren, Goats. Off the draw, Bobcats take it, D-zone. Face off, comes up the near side here, kicked at by Wren. He's going to get it deep. Puck goes down low. Comes all the way out, icing. Really slow start here. Five on the ice for the Devils. Bobcats win that D-zone draw again. They come up out of their zone with it. Chipped up the near wall over to Wren. Wren grabs it. Over to Eric. Eric goes up the same boards. Bobcats maintain possession. Curl behind the goal line there. Comes up. Far corner. Wren pressuring behind the cage. Bobcats still have possession. Comes up the wall. McCarthy blocked by Eric. Eric sends it up, or no, Austin sends it up over to Crew. This is Austin's blade. Boys will get a change here. Bobcats turn it over to Stevens. Stevens in his own end. Goes wide. Second time he's fallen there. I don't know if he's got some skate issues. Very unlike him. Bobcats grab it. Broken up by Lippert. Lippert goes wide with it, looking for some options, tries to center it back to Emerton. Bobcats read that play, and they flip it out of the zone. Stevens plays a little defense there for Scarpool, who picks it up and sends it up to Hager. Hager, top of the circle, swing and a miss. Grabs it back, though. Bobcats take it now, send it up the wall, kept in, goes deep. Near corner. Stevens walks the line, shot from the point, in on net, save. Bobcats come out with it. 2-on-2. Play goes wide. Scarpool forces it wide. Chipped up the wall to Emerton. Emerton comes out of his own end with it. Emerton fighting off one checker, has the puck. Gets it down deep. Bobcats go up the far wall. Out of the zone with it. Here they come through the neutral zone. They carry the line. Dumped into the far corner. Puck's behind the cage. Picked up by Scarpool. Sent up the wall. Misses Emerton's stick. Bobcats in the neutral zone. Sent up. Turned over. Hoppy. Stops, starts. Play comes in. No whistle on that for the offside. Nico gets it. He sends it down. That's going to be another icing. Brand, Nico, Jack, Sam, Zeke. Puck played up to the point. Bobcats send it down low. Picked up by Hoppy. Hoppy out of his own end with it. Sends it up to Jack. Jack misses that puck. It's going to go. He says he tipped it. Not sure if that's the case, but we'll take it. No icing. Let's keep this clock rolling here. Bobcats send it up the far wall. Kept in by Hoppy. Hoppy shot from the point. Save. Lorenzo in the corner. Goes behind the cage. Centering pass. Puck's loose in front. Brand swipes at it. Whoa! He's sniped across the blue line. Picked up by Hoppy. Bobcats try it again. Skate it up out of the zone. Shot in on net, save. Puck's in the near corner, rimmed around to Jack. Jack's got a little bit of ice in front of him. He's going to skate it up. Jack gets the line. Goes wide, uses his body, shot in on net, save. Comes all the way around. Hoppy can't keep it in. He's got to gather it back up in the neutral zone. He's wheeling. He's going to go wide. Hoppy gets to the blue line. Hoppy in, goes to his backhand. Shields. Hoppy takes a lap around. Over to Brand. Brand hands it in front. Can't find any Sun Devil sticks, so the Bobcats come out with it. Hoppy behind his cage. Spins up to Wiki. That play comes in offside. Smith, Davidson, Hawkins, Stevens, Red. Blocker to side. Puck goes along the near wall here. Davidson can't get that puck out, so it's dumped in, and Wren grabs it behind the cage, sends it up the ice. Here comes Austin, Hawken, and Davidson in. Can't make anything happen with the numbers they have, but the puck gets deep. Sent around, Austin bodies his man, kept in by Parker. Sends it down low. Hawkins down there. Pinched by Wren. He's going to keep the puck in. Bobcats skated up. Another blue line snipe. Stevens sends it up to Hawken. Hawken has it knocked off his stick. Has to regroup. Puck sent deep by the Bobcats. No icing. Waved off. Goats gets it. Sends it up. Near wall. Davidson chops at it. Picked up by the Bobcats. Shot in. Wren grabs it. Wren curls. Sends it up to Goats. Goats met by a Bobcat player there. He's cross-checked. Everyone's getting it up high there a little bit. Davidson can't get to that puck. Bobcats have it. Sent over to the far side. Picked up by Goats. Goats up to Iyer. Iyer's got a little bit of room. Dumps it in. Not deep enough. Bobcats grab it. There they come out of their own end with it. Swiped aside by Stevens. Stevens, he's got ice. Here he comes in. Toe drag shot. Misses the net. Puck goes around. Hag sends it back down low. Chipped up the wall. Iyer tips that over to Hag. Hag in, shot, save. Riley, McCarthy, Iyer, Stevens, Scarpool. Kept in by Stevens at the point. Puck comes out. In Bobcats. To Hag. Hag gets it to Iyer. Iyer has a little bit of room. Iyer carries the blue line. Sends it over to Scarpool. Scarpool chops at it towards the net. Puck's behind the cage. McCarthy. Over to Iyer. Hager pinches. Puck comes out of the zones. Picked up by Stevens. Goes to Scarpool. Scarpool to Riley. Off his stick. Picked up again. Bobcats clog it up. Come up with the puck. Turned it over. Emerton in. Goes around one man. Emerton at the dot. Centers it to McCarthy. Had his stick lifted. Couldn't get it on net. Emerton off the wall. Shot off the pipe. Comes all the way around. Sam at the blue line. Sam shot in on that. That's a save. Rebounds loose in front. Emerton pounding at it down there. Can't put it in. Brand, Hawk, Landon, Sam, Hobby. Off the draw, picked up by Emerton. Emerton buttons up, sends it up to Sam at the point. Sam back down to Emerton on the wall. Emerton down to Lippert. Lippert slides it in front. That's a goal by Branimal. Brand from Lippert and Emerton. Off the draw, Sun Devils up 1-0 on a goal by Brand. Brand takes it up to Lippert. Lippert chips it in, chases after it. Down low. This line's working hard today. Puck's along the wall, turned over. Lippert over to Brand. Brand shot, glove save. Uh-oh, lost his voice.
Number 8, Brand Whitehammer. Number 42, Hawk Emerton. And number 37, Landon Lippert. Time goal 12-10 at the first period. That's Sun Devils goal by Whitehammer.
Off the draw. Eric sends it down low. Shot in on net. Blocked. Up to Wren. Wren curls. Sends it down low. Off Lorenzo's stick, goes into the far corner to Austin. He sends it down low. Jack's going to get it in the near corner. Here come the Bobcats as they steal that puck and come out with it. Dumped in. Puck goes behind the cage. Eric grabs it, sends it to Wren. Wren catches him in the feet a little bit. Loses it. Bobcats pick it up. Battle in the near corner. Come off the wall. Good pass. Oh, Bobcats looking dangerous there on that one. Picked up by Renno. Sends it up the gut. There we go. Nico sends it over. Good pass to Jack. Backhander. That's a goal. Pretty play there by Nico Lorenzo. And Jack. Devils up 2-0. If you're not awake at home, this PA system will get you up real quick. Bobcats in their own end, picked up by Hag, stolen. Hagger behind his net, drops it for Davidson. Davidson, centering pass. Here come the Bobcats. Bobcats get the line, drop pass. Shot in on that, big save by Nate. The wall. Here comes Scarpool. Carries it in. Dot lane over to Wiki. Wiki off his blade goes to Hag. Hag sends it down low. Bobcats take that puck. They're going to come up out of the zone with it through the neutral zone. Scarpool plays that nicely, forces the man to the corner. Picked up by Stevens. Stevens, round one man, breaks an ankle. Here he comes out of his own end with it. Stevens goes wide. Backhanded pass. Hits Hag. Puck comes around. Davidson covering, sends it down low. Hoppy picks it up. Shot in on net. Save. That'll do it for the first period. Sun Devils up 2-0. All right, start of the second period here. Brand, Iyer, McCarthy, Sam, Zeke. Goalies are set. Here we go, off the draw. Won by the Sun Devils. Hoppy grabs it. It's given a little space. Hoppy carries it in. Hoppy behind the cage. Still has it. Reverses play, sends it down low. Puck goes to the corner. Iyer's going to pick that up. Iyer sends it back down low. No Sun Devils down there, so the puck comes around. Sam pinches. Tries to hit Iyer on the slot drive there. Bobcats pick that up. They come out with it. Play forced wide. Cut in. Puck goes to the point. Bobcats go D to D. Shot from the point, in on net, deflected. Big save there by Nathan. Puck's in the corner. Centering pass picked up by Iyer. Iyer comes out with it, gets it out of the zone. Picked up, Iyer steals that. Iyer comes in, slides it over to McCarthy. McCarthy pulls up, McCarthy chops it. Can't quite find Brand's stick. Bobcats intercept it, come up the ice with it. McCarthy steals that one, gets it over to Austin. Austin tries to go around his man. Picked up by Emerton. Emerton shot coming in hot. First penalty of the game here. We got a trip. Devils will go to the power play. Lippert, Smith, Emerton, Gauthier, and Wren out there. Puck to Wren. Wren slides it over to Eric. Eric back to Wren.
Number 34, Isaiah Alfaro. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of penalty, 1:37.
Puck comes over to the far wall. Lippert grabs it. Sends it over to Eric. No net fronts right now, so we're just playing around with it here on the outside. Wren grabs it. Pulls up. Sends it to Emerton, who sends it back to the top. Lippert to Eric. Eric off a Wren stick. Just missing on some passes here. Eric, still no net front. Lippert, shot, save. Jack, Nico, Scarpool, Stevens. Comes over to Ryland. Sends it down low. Picked up. Behind the goal line. Over to Jack. Jack on his backhand. Backhands it up to Scarpool. Scarpool over to Stevens. Stevens slides it across. Good pass to Jack. Jack, shot, save. On the ice. Drop. Won by the Devils. Scarpool, top of the circle, sends it down low to Jack. Jack sends it to Nico. Nico has his stick lifted, covered up by the Bobcats goalie. Scarpool at the point, sends it over. Stevens. Top, shot, low, in on net. Deflected just wide. Riley picks it up. Sends it to Stevens. Stevens dances, loses it. Sends it back up to the point to Riley. Riley slides it over to Scarpool. Scarpool back to Riley. Back to Scarpool. And we got a slashing call here. Say it again. Over this thing? No. Draw. We are 4-on-4 for 10 more seconds, and then the Bobcats will go on a power play. Brand over the line, dumps it deep. Davidson behind the cage, loses it. Come the Bobcats out with it. They are now on a power play for 1:40. They get the zone. Dropped up to the point and sent it back down on the wall. Down low, Bobcats control. Sent up the near wall here. Bobcats down below the goal line. Centering pass misses everybody. That's going to come out of the zone. Davidson hard on the puck, forecheck, and causes the turnover. Here comes Brand. Brand in. Brand slides it over to Davidson. It's going to go into the corner. He chops it back up. Sent over. Bobcats pick it up. They're going to come out of their own end with it. Puck comes to the near side here. Swiped away by Hoppy. Hoppy gets it out of the zone briefly, and then the Bobcats bring it back in. Bobcats slide it across. No one's home. Sent to the point. Below the cage. Hoppy picks it up again. Hoppy on his backhand. Picked up by Davidson now. Puck's loose. Lots of sticks slapping at it. Puck kept in. Hoppy grabs it. Pulls it out. Got it. Skates it in. Tries to go around a couple Bobcat players. He does. Shot towards the net. Just misses. Wiki grabs it on the far wall. Wiki centers it. Hoppy. Dot. Shot. Deflected high into the corner. Rimmed around to the near side now. Hoppy's got it again. Hoppy centering pass in front. Wiki's got it. Shot towards the net. Puck's loose. Picked at. Iyer. Good puck retrieval. Keeps it in. Iyer uses his body. Goes around a man or two. Showing some skill. Loses it, but it comes out of the zone. Icy. Emerton, McCarthy, Lippert, Ren, Eric. Lippert, centering pass. Off Emerton's stick, goes along the wall. He headbutts it, comes out of the zone. McCarthy steals that puck, gets it over to Emerton. Emerton in across the line, goes wide. Emerton up to the point to Ren. Ren's got plenty of room in front of him. Takes a shot in on net, just misses. Devils, good puck retrieval. They get it. Smith comes off the wall. Or no, sorry, Lippert comes off the wall with it. Puck stolen from him. Bobcats grab it. They're going to dump it in deep. Centering pass up front. Plays broken up by Eric in the far corner there. Ren battling with Emerton over there. Bobcats do come out with it. Centering pass off a skate. Here comes McCarthy. Transitions out of the zone up to Lippert. Lippert goes wide. Lippert drops it to Emerton. Emerton off his blade. Gets it back. Curls. Puck up off the far wall again. That puck's going to come out of the zone. Ren gets a stick on it so it doesn't get too deep. Eric up. Devils. Transition back in the zone. Lippert has it. Lippert, top of the circle, sends it across, just misses Hag's stick. Puck Puck's along the wall. Bobcats chip it up out of the zone. That's going to go all the way for an icing. Stevens at the point, sends it around. Jack in the near corner, sends it over to Riley. Riley up the point to Scarpool. Scarpool shot from the point, in on net, rebounds there, loose. Puck's right in front, picked up by Scarpool. Stevens, top of the circle, shot. Just peppering the goalie right now, just can't get it past him. Stevens behind the net. He's closed on quickly, tries to get to the point to Scarpool, but it misses his blade. It's going to come all the way back down. Devils will have to come out of their own end with it. Puck sent over to Stevens. He's got a lot of ice in front of him, but he curls back. Waits for his mates to come up the ice with him. Picked up, Stevens. Neutral zone. Carries it in. Right down the gut. Shot, saved. Puck's in front. Big shot by Riles. Save. Here come the Bobcats. Wide shot, save. Off the draw. Hoppy out there with Sam, Brand, Luke, and Crew. Chipped up. Crew's got some ice. Poked off with his stick. Bobcats bring it back in. Backhanded out of the zone. Off the stick. Brand takes it wide. Brand. Drop pass to Iyer. Iyer can't get a stick on it. Backhanded towards the net. Picked up by Brand again. Brand shot towards the net. McCarthy's going to grab it. McCarthy sends it up to the point to Hoppy. Hoppy over to McCarthy. McCarthy over to Hoppy. Dangerous on the blue line there. Bobcats are going to pick that up and come out with it. They carry it in. Bobcats, just misses a stick wide there. Brand grabs it. Brand chips it up the wall off Iyer's stick. Bobcats get it. They're going to send it back down. Picked up by Hoppy. Hoppy in the zone. Goes wide. Hoppy takes a lap. Shot. High and wide. Puck's behind the cage. Brand picks it up. Sends it to Luke. Luke. Nice patience sent in. Shot. Back to Luke's stick. Luke sends it up to Goats, just misses his stick. That's going to come all the way out of the zone. Devils will get a change here as they regroup in their own end. Hoppy wheeling out of his own end. Gets some speed. Hoppy gets the line. Tries to cut in. He's met by a couple Bobcat players. Puck's picked up by the Bobcats. They're going to skate out. 3-4 on 2 if they hustle. Bobcats slide it over. Good pass. Shot. Blocker save there by Nate. Big stop. Devils get it out. Sent up here to the near side. Hawken can't come up with that puck. Here come the Bobcats in the offensive zone. Eric. Puck comes all the way up to the point. Here comes Davidson. Davidson. Wiki. Davidson slides it over to Wiki. Wiki shot. Glove save. Bobcats grab it, chip it up the far wall out of the zone. Stevens over to Scarpool. Out there with Emerton, Lippert, and Hag. Stevens goes wide. Stevens backhands it towards the front of the net. Puck's there. Bobcats come out with it. Lippert walls his man off, causes a turnover. Stevens picks it up to Emerton. Emerton to Hag, who gets it deep. Lippert in the corner. Puck battle there. Gets it. Curls. Good patience. Lippert exchanges with Scarpool, who exchanges with Stevens. Stevens, shot towards the net. Gets in on net, but it's a save. Bobcats get it, chip it out of the zone, all the way down. That'll be an icing call. Brand, Nico, Jack, Zeke, Sam. Puck comes out. Sam grabs it, goes behind the net, sends it up the far wall to Jack stick. Jack comes out of his own end with it. Jack pulls up. Gets it to Brand. Brand trying to miss again, rolls off his stick. Sends it back down low. Nico. Good pass over to Jack, but a Bobcat stick tipped that wide. Up to Hoppy. Hoppy's got the lane. Oh, couldn't quite handle that pass. He was going to cut in and rip that sucker. Comes over to the far wall to Jack. Bobcats pick it up. They come out with it. Sam on his backhand. Up to Nico. Nico. Up to Brand. Brand gets to the line. Brand over to Jack. Brand, oh, just can't quite lift that puck. Puck's along the near wall here. 1:15 left. Nico pulls it off the wall. Nico up to Hoppy. Hoppy goes around one man. Hoppy right in. Oh, just blocked there by the Bobcats player. Centering pass. Puck's loose in front. Bobcats.
There's less than 1 minute running in the second period.
Puck goes to the far wall. That's kept in by Jack as well. Jack shovels it to the front. Save. Bobcats off the D-zone draw, skated out. Carried in the offensive zone. Forced wide by Wren. Eric picks it up. He rims it all the way around. That's going to come out of the zone. Goes all the way down for an icing. 21 seconds left. Iyer grabs it, skates it out of his own end with it. Iyer chops it in, gets it in deep. 12 seconds left. Bobcats turn it over. Iyer steals it to McCarthy. Send it across. Off the glass, Wren keeps it in. Shot on the point. That'll do it for the second period. Devils up 2-0. All right, here we go. Start of the third period. Austin, Luke, Crew, Logan, Ryland. Off the draw, Bobcats have it. Base force wide by Scarpool. Picked up by Stevens. He goes up high off the glass. Kept in by the Bobcats. Stevens. Got a 2-on-1 with Iyer. Stevens, backhand pass. Iyer on his backhand. Can't quite finish that one. McCarthy. Stevens. Carries it in. Goes wide. Picked up by Iyer in his feet. Iyer sends it down low. Austin. Bobcats clear it out. There they come, Bobcats. Shot blocker saved by Nate. Puck sent down low to Austin. Austin picks it up, sends it up the wall here to McCarthy, who chips it up, can't get it out. Bobcats keep it in. Shot in on net, save. Bobcats on the backhand, save again. Big save by Nate again, getting some work here in the third period. 2 shots in on net. I think they just doubled their shot total in the last 10 seconds. D-zone draw. Hag out there with Davidson and Wiki. Sam and Hoppy chipped out of the zone by Hawken. Wiki sends it back to Sam. Sam up off Riley's skates up to Parker. Parker. Sends it around. Shot. Blocked by the Bobcats. They're going to come out with it. They turn it over. Give it right to Sam's stick. Up to Davidson. He's back in. Off his blade. Puck sent up the gut here. Here come the Bobcats. They gather it up, but it's offside. until they get to 16. Drives me crazy. Yeah. Throws the game up. Bobcats come out of their own end with it. Turned over. Lippert. Picked up by Brand. Puck goes to the far wall. Emerton keeps it in. Lippert over to Emerton. Emerton loses it. Bobcats come out with it. Here comes Wren. Wren up to Lippert. Good pass. Lippert gets a line. Lippert in. Can't get a shot off. Bobcats chip it out of the zone. Lippert. Trying it again. Comes in. Tries to slide it over to Brand. Puck comes up the near wall here. Bobcats take that puck and they backhand it out of the zone. Wynn does a good job standing up at the blue line. Slides it over to Brand. Brand shot. Centering pass. Emerton got a stick on it. Couldn't bury it. Here come the Bobcats. Stevens picks that pass off. Stevens comes in. Pulls up. Goop. Backhands it towards the net. Bobcats ship it out. Stevens back to get it. Sent over in the far corner. Scarpool's back to get it. Scarpool sends it up out of the zone. Austin getting physical now. Puts his man down. Logan in. Goes wide. Toe drag shot. Misses wide. Lorenzo shovels it back down low. And the Bobcats out with it. They get the zone, sent towards the net, wide. John grabs it, he sends it up to Nico. Nico pulls up, over to Scarpool, shovels it towards the net. Save, pass by Jack. Misses Sun Devil's stick. Pucks along the near wall here. Bobcats get it. Clear it out as far as center ice, and then Logan picks it up. Logan curls. Curls again. Runs it around. Scarpool picks it up off the wall. He's going to come out with it. Sends it over to the other side of Jack. Up to Austin. Austin. Knocked down. Jack. Up to Logan. Curls. Goes around another man. He's on his backhand. Can't get it to his forehand for a shot. Here come the Bobcats out with it. Plays forced wide by Sam. That's his teammates getting back to help out. Here comes Logan out with it. Logan got some options. Shot high up off the glass. Picked up by Jack. Over to Iyer. Iyer working on his man. Down to Hag. Hag. Picked up out of the zone by the Bobcats. Hoppy coming out of his own end with it. Hoppy gets it in. Wide. Behind the net, sends it up to Sam. Sam. Over to Luke. Luke. Turns that puck over. Bobcats get it out. Hoppy back to get it. Hoppy, man on his back. Just skates right around him. Hoppy slides it up. McCarthy misses his stick. That's going to go all the way down. No icing, though. Puck centered. Sam picks it up, shovels it down low. Iyer in the corner. Can't come up with it, but McCarthy's there. Puck comes around to the far side. Bobcats rim it around and out of the zone. Devils will regroup here in the neutral zone. Puck comes across to McCarthy. McCarthy gets the line. McCarthy over the line. Sends it over to Iyer. Iyer got it in his skates. Can't get the shot off, so the Bobcats come out with it. Picked up. They dump it in deep. 6:57 left. Up to McCarthy. McCarthy hits Hawken. With some speed. Carries it in. Goes wide. Pulls up. Shot to the net. Save. Puck's loose. Devils can't get a stick on it. Here come the Bobcats out of their own end. Big hit by Wren on the far wall there. Sends it up. Wiki gets it. Hag hits his man. Knocks the puck loose. Bobcats get it. Shoot it deep. Wren sends it up. Misses Wiki's skate. That's going to go all the way down for an icing. Davidson takes it off his skate. Skates it. Picked up by Parker. Still has to wait for his teammates to get on side. Eric back to Parker. Parker dances, gets it deep. Oh, calling him on that one. Wow. Unsportsmanlike probably on that one. Devils to the power play. Parker, Brand, Hawken.
Penalty to number 34, Isaiah Alfaro. 2 minutes for slashing. Done with penalty 9:16 in the third period. That's Bobcats penalty to Alfaro. 2 for slashing at 9:16.
Davidson. Over to Stevens. Stevens. Over to Davidson. Stevens, shot. Save. Puck's loose. Rebound, shot. Save. Up to the point, Scarpool over to Stevens. Stevens at the point, sends it over to Scarpool, back to Stevens. Shot pass down to Lippert. Oh boy, that's a goal. Lippert puts it between his legs. Landon Lippert with a goal.
JSD. Time to go 10-10 of the third period. That's Sun Devils goal. A power play goal by Lippert, unassisted at 10-10.
Puck's loose in front. Lippert just hammers his man. Saw that coming. Lippert to the box for cross-checking. Devils on the penalty kill. Well, Bobcats maintain possession off the draw. Sent in on that save.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 10:50 of the third period. That Sun Devils penalty delivered 2 cross-checkings at 10:50.
Puck played to the point. Stolen by Nico. Nico gets it out of the zone just far enough. Off to Hoppy. Hoppy, steps on the puck. That's a groin pull. Ouch. Back up, Bobcats. 2-on-1. Shot. Big save by Nate. Swept away by Sam. Bobcats. Carroll. Riley makes that puck turned over, sent across. 3:21 left. Picked up by Nico. Nico, good play on that. Tries to send it over to Hager. Loses his stick. Get your stick, buddy.
Come on, Kevin!
And the Bobcats. Shot saved by Nate. Shot again saved. Puck's loose, swiped at. Bobcats, another shot on net. Another shot on net. Big save there by Nate. Bailing his teammates out. Jack comes out with it. Whoop. Turnover. Shot. Save. Nate. Big save. Covers it up. Comes up to Iyer. Iyer's got some ice. Gets the line. Cuts in. Shot. This is just wide. Picked up by Iyer in the neutral zone. Gets it back in. Bobcats grab it. They send it out. Eric. The wall to Iyer. Iyer slides it over to Brand. Brand carries it in. High sauce over to Luke. Picked up by Wren. Wren gets it a little deeper, but the Bobcats front that puck, and they're going to come out with it. They come. Shot. Save. Nice one, ref. Comes around. Near wall. Bull sends it around. All the way to Wick. Picks it up. Backhands it out of the zone. Over to Smith. Smith to Davidson. Davidson.
Parker.
That'll do it. Sun Devils 3, Bobcats nothing.